y'all went from having like fully open retail store to it's more of a website based and customers just come and pick their car up. Isn't that right, Melissa? Is that still the case?
Yes. It's like, I just looked at it this morning. For the year, it's straight about 60-40. It's 60% of people do a curbside pickup and 40% do deliver, right to their work, right?
Wait. 60% do curbside pickup and 40% you deliver to their house. So even the 60% that are curbside are like just coming to pick up their car?
They're in and out in 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
That everything is done ahead of time.
Hello and welcome to the Independent Dealer Podcast. We have got a great episode today. We got Luke, who's hanging out in like a beach house somewhere, just having fun. You know, it's summertime. We got Melissa. She's at her lake house having a great time. And I am stuck here for a few more days in St. George, just cooking like a turkey.
Where are you about to go? Where are you about to go, Jeff?
I'm going to head over to the Mediterranean, do a little cruise for a couple of weeks. So I get a break as well. But I'm really feeling I'm done. We're gonna get this episode. We're gonna have a great time, and then we're all gonna go on vacation, right?
Yeah. So hey, I want to introduce Melissa Rowan real quick. She is from Red, White, and Blue, and we had her brother on an episode a while back, Mr. Billy himself. So maybe Jeff, do you have any idea what episode that was?
No, it was a long time ago, and we bugged Melissa for years and years and years because we really know that the brains of the
She's the brains. She's the brains.
Yeah. And she's so humble, she doesn't do it. So we finally cornered her and said, come on, talk to us about the Red, White, and Blue story and how it really went down. So Melissa, thank you for joining us. Please introduce yourself to the podcast community for anyone listening that might not know you.
Sure. Melissa Rowan, Red, White, and Blue Autos. We opened up in 2014 with very little car dealership experience. We're not car people at all. I'm the first one to say I am not a car person. Most of the times I don't even know what I'm driving. I think it's a Lincoln right now off the lot. I don't know. And we're just more financial people. We both came from a brokerage business. My brother, he has since moved on. He's still in Red, White, Blue, of course. We talk to him a lot, but he does a lot of real estate now. He's actually opening a hotel this weekend. So he's got a lot going on. So, we left it pretty much just me and the managers at this point, kind of at the guts of Red, White, and Blue. So, yeah.
So you said you both came from brokerage. Could you dive into that a little bit more, and then maybe we can transition on how, because I can't imagine somebody being a money manager and then coming into this crazy business.
So he had his own investment firm, and I was a broker with him there. So I had my Series 7, my Series 66, and we were investment brokers. And that was down like in Wyomissing, which is maybe about a half hour away from us. And then he looked into a buy here, pay here, because we don't have any buy here, pay here's in our area at all. Well, we have one, which is Wayne, but that was after Red, White, and Blue Auto, Luke Godwin. But really, we just thought that there was a really big need for it in our area because there just wasn't any, I'll be honest. So he opened up, and he wanted somebody that he could really, really trust and could roll it with him. And at first, until now, I 100% said no. It's like, nope. Because we worked together before, and it's hard to work with him. And it's just the two of us, so I don't have another sister caller complain. Nope. So it was just us. And so I was like, nope. And then I finally paved. I said, I don't want to work for you, but I'll work with you. Let's be partners and we'll do this together. So, so he's very optimistic in life in general, whereas I am pretty pessimistic. So I think that's why it worked so well, because if we were both optimistic, probably would have blew the place up. And if we were both pessimistic, I think we would have not grown.
Never grown. Yeah.
We are today. So he's 100 miles an hour, and I'm like, what if
rein him in?
Definitely.
Well, that's an interesting concept to think about it, because you're right, in the buy here, pay here space, if you are, you know, if you're optimistic all the time and you're hammer down growing, that's going to create problems. You've got to have that person that goes, hold on 1 second here. You know good and well, all these loans could go bad tomorrow. So we gotta back this thing up. The question I have though is, I mean, how would I can't even imagine like a person who is in the brokerage business and has a firm even know about buy here, pay here. How do you remember how that came up?
Well, I mean, it's just, I don't want to say it's just numbers. I don't want to take it lightly like that, but we could sell anything. We could finance anything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And we just have to be able to collect on it and have the numbers and have the trends and have all that to go with it. So really, that's just what we decided to do. That's what he decided to do because this was a need for it in our area. We're just very fortunate that we live in this bubble in Schuylkill County in Pennsylvania that nobody's taking cars to another country. Nobody's even leaving. I'll be honest, it's very rural Pennsylvania. It's a very family owned business because our salespeople, one of the sales ladies that's been here for 10 years, I went to high school with her. I'm sure. So like, it's very, very family oriented. We're not, crazy boss, crazy people at all. I mean, so I think, but more to answer your question, I think it just had to do, we've always been financial people. My dad was self-employed, not in the car business at all. And I just think it's the numbers. Your business is only going to work with your numbers. And I just don't think it really matters what you sell. Now, comes with that comes recon, comes warranty work, comes collections, of course. And then, the 20 groups come in for that, or mentors come in for that, like Mark Jones and Chad Brandash. And we lean our nose a lot that the guys have been in this business forever, that's got it from their parents or worked there forever. So we just opened our minds so much and took in much information as we could.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting when you say
have kind of, you're just that's pretty much what we just took it all in and just made it our own and had our own ideas and just threw it right.
Yeah, it's great. And you say you're in kind of a family type tight knit community, but you've been able to grow, and that's what's unique is you've got an area that's maybe a little landlocked or a little protected, which is a great thing. You don't have cars going all directions like some folks in large metros do, but you've still been able to find the clientele, and that's also a unique factor. What would you say has been key to the growth? Because you could have stayed a small one shop operation, just operated in kind of your small town, community, county, but what was that key to growth? How have you guys been able to scale to, I think is it 4 locations now?
Well, so we have one sales lot.
Okay.
So we only have one sales lot. So everything goes from recon to the sales lot, and that's nothing else gets sold out of that location. We did talk about opening up a second location. We're just not there yet, but we do only have one sales location. And when we have a recon center, and then we have another location where recon used to be one point. So that there are 3 main locations. It's about a 20-mile radius around all of those. So it's that.
And I think there's something that's unique is, and the reason it seems like it's multiple locations, but y'all went from having like fully open retail store to it's more of a website based, and customers just come and pick their car up. Isn't that right, Melissa? Is that still the case?
Yes. It's like, I just looked at it this morning. For the year, it's straight about 60-40. It's 60% people do a curbside pickup and 40% do deliver. Right to their work. Right.
Wait. 60% do curbside pickup and 40% you deliver to their house. So even the 60% that are curbside are like just coming to pick up their car?
They're in and out in 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yep. Everything is done ahead of time. Everything other than the state paperwork that they have to physically, because it's in triple and stuff like that does. But everything is done ahead of time. So everything is over.
How are you doing that? I want to know how do you instill the level of confidence in a customer that the car they're going to pick up is what they're getting without touching, feeling, driving a Honda Accord with 120,000 miles on it? Like, how do you do that?
They take it for a test drive. They're not locked, obviously. But I'm telling you, I bet you we had, of 1,000 cars we sold last year, 3 maybe decided at that time not to buy a vehicle. I just think,
Wow.
very, really good name. Warranty is really good, but feel good. They have a peace of mind. We put a lot of pictures on the web. So our website is our lot, pretty much. And so we put all these inside, outside, top, bottom, all these pictures. We put, what we've done to the car. Like it's full transparency. And then they come in, they fill out all the paperwork online. It's all done. It's electronically signed. It's ready for them when we pick up the car. It's outside. It's free. They pull in. They see it. Everybody's happy. And then they take a test drive, a couple-minute test drive, and
Melissa, did this happen because of COVID, or were y'all moving to this prior to COVID?
COVID.
COVID.
I remember
It's
that.
that simple. It's that simple. And I thought I recalled that. And it was due to the regulations in your area, right?
Yeah.
Can you walk us through that?
We bought 2 delivery trucks, and we have 2 delivery drivers, and they're out every day. I mean, every day. And we had a 70-mile radius. But 70 miles in Pennsylvania might be 2.5 hours, I'll be honest. So we have a map that we go to. And so the delivery drivers, they go every day. Sometimes they take 2, sometimes they sweep around picking up repos to pick up. They'll sweep around a repo lot and pick up a repo or 2, so we don't have to get those to come back. I mean, it's a pretty slick system. And the drivers, we use Slack. I was talking about that earlier, but we have a Slack channel that it's just deliveries of repo pickups, and you just schedule it.
And I mean, if people can remember back 6 years ago at this point, I guess the county shut y'all down, right?
The state shut us down. They said that we were non-essential. So the only thing that was essential was collections, which thank God they let us collect, because how do you come back from that? But so the service department couldn't work, and the client couldn't work.
That's nuts that the service department's not essential, but go ahead.
Well, I guess because we didn't really offer outside, like we don't do outside oil changes and things like that. It's just recon. So we couldn't sell a car, but I think it was about 6 weeks. It was like the second week of April until like the end of June. But when we opened back up, they were the 3 busiest months we ever had, June, July, and August. That opened up. It was crazy.
And during that time, did you and Billy go, okay, for the safety of our customers and the safety of our employees, we need to find a new way to sell cars? Is that the way that conversation went?
Yeah. We needed to be able to, because nobody was allowed in the building. You had to do everything outside. And I was like, we were brainstorming all the time, and we were like, and we continued to pay every employee the whole time. We gave everybody 40 hours. We didn't make them do an employment room and all that stuff. Everybody got paid for 40 hours for the whole 6 or 8 weeks that we bought. And we were just like, we have to do something. I don't even know whose idea it was, but they were like, what about delivery? Like,
Interesting.
Let's go try it. But we had to go through the state to make sure that we could do all of that. Because just do that. So they'll go to a Walmart parking lot and meet the person. They'll go before or after work. I mean, people love it. They do.
What it makes me think about, and I'm curious, how do you feel like it hurts any kind of customer loyalty or like buy-in to you guys? Because I kind of feel like during the sales process, when my salesmen are interacting and getting to know them and finding the right car and all that, building rapport, and I'm your buddy and you're going to bring me lunch tomorrow kind of attitude, send in your friends and family now that we're best friends. Like, do you feel like you lose that at all when there's no interaction? It's all by text and email and...
No, we call them. It's all over the phone. Most of it's over the phone, and you send, to follow up and things like that. But so I don't know if you know this, but up until probably about 3 years ago, we only had women in salespeople. We had 4 saleswomen. Their moms, they're great. Like and I think that they built such a rapport with all of our customers that when they come in, they're getting hugs. They're bringing them prizes. They just love. Now we did hire one man, and he's great. I'm not saying anything about Sean, but I just think that they build such a relationship with the customers on the phone, And then when they
Yeah.
come in, they're like, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, Joe. And also our delivery driver he's a military guy and he is a yes ma'am, no ma'am. And we get more reviews about our delivery people than we do about anybody in the whole company because it's so great. And they just love him. He was so kind and cordial and he let me take it on, when we went on the test drive. He's like, so I don't feel it. I guess I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But
But it seems like it's working. You've got
Yeah.
great people on the front line.
So
we sell maybe like at this point, I think they were at like 93 and a half a month. So that's a good solid number. 80,
Wow.
90 and 100 is a great number for us.
it's a great number. And to think about doing that out of, one real sales location, because there's so many people trying to do that out of 3 and 4 locations, and it creates so many different cost structures that just create additional expenses that aren't needed.
Hey, sorry to break in real quick, but make sure you guys know about Buckeye, longtime awesome sponsor of the podcast and who I use for all my reinsurance products.
I can't thank them enough for teaching me so much about reinsurance over the years and coming up with new products and new ways to get my portfolio secured. My customers have options on warranties and service contracts, gap. It's just been great, Jeff.
It's absolutely been a great way for me to build wealth, put away some money. So if you are a buy here, pay here, lease here, pay here, or retail dealer, it works for all dealers. You can set up a reinsurance company. You can insure your own. Stop giving money to those third-party providers that aren't going to cover your stuff anyways. Keep it in-house. Call the guys and girls over at Buckeye Risk Services and get set up ASAP.
Melissa, to your talking about women salespeople in the buy here, pay here business, I think they are probably the best, honestly, because of exactly what you're talking about. Looking back over 6 years of doing it this way, and prior to that, you had 6 years of doing it another way. How much better is it this way, or would you rather be back the other way?
No, I mean, we really like the delivery and we like the, kind of closing ahead of time. Because for me personally, like I've hadn't bought a lot of cars in my day, but I know the worst part was going to the car dealership. I'm sitting in that lot and going back and forth with the manager. Can you lower this a little bit more? Then my kids are awake me, and it's a 4 or 5 hour deal. And we used to have, we have 10 appointments on the books on Saturday morning. 5 would show. 2 were supposed to be there at 10 a.m. The stroller at 12, while the other 2 people are there. They're waiting in the lobby. Like, no one has the time. And if they do it the time, they don't want to be doing that. I mean, we just...
Yeah.
And I'm not judging anybody who does it old school. I mean, that's made a lot of money for a lot of people. I'm not saying that. This is a better process for us. And just really, even with everything with AI, and if you don't do it, you're going to be left behind. And I just think we're just always trying to move forward and stay with every trend that we could, with social media and the AI and all that. I feel like we just have to, because you're just going to be left in the dust.
Well, that's so true. I mean, if you look at Carvana's sales numbers compared to CarMax sales numbers currently, it shows you that people want the model of Carvana versus the model of CarMax, which is a bit counterintuitive, but they're selling in my area, they're outselling CarMax 2 to 1 almost. And nobody would have thought that 6 years ago. I mean, it's just unheard of. I think it's so neat. If someone wants to come into your dealership and buy a car traditional way, is that even allowed anymore?
Sure. Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say though, of the 100 cars we sell, maybe 3 to 5 are walk-ins. So we still have walk-ins.
3 to 5.
That is nuts. That is so nuts.
And really, like during tax time, you might have 7. Because might have got their check on Friday.
Yeah.
Let's go car shopping Saturday, but no walk-ins.
Do you advertise this? Is like, if I go to, if I'm in your area and do I know that's Red, White, and Blue's brand and it's delivery, shop while you sit at home in your pajamas? Do I know that from your marketing?
Yeah. Our Facebook's very heavily, curbside pickup and delivery. Get approved and as long as you fill out the app, and as long as you give us everything that we're supposed to give us. You're qualified in our system. And then we'll give you the ones that you're qualified for on a link that goes to our website that has 25 pictures of the car. Just let us know and we'll put it for you. We'll do all the paperwork and tell us when you want to come in. And we use Magiloop now. For the last couple of years, we've used Magiloop. So we have the schedule every day. And I see they're red in the morning and they're green at night, which means they're supposed to come in, we come in. There's very few that are canceling appointments. And we've at the 99% show rate, to be completely honest. So it's not like you have 10 on Saturday morning and 2 freaking show up, because that sucks.
Yeah. And what I like about that is it looks like from your website, you're able to condense your hours of operation, because you don't just have to hang an open sign and hope that you're there when people show up. I mean, you guys are up at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and only 9 to 12 on a Saturday, and you're still delivering that many cars. That's great, because you're pre-scheduling them. You're letting them know this is when you can pick it up. This is when we're open. Like for me, I feel like I got to be open 24 hours a day just to catch that 8 p.m. shopper that might want to come in. And
well, Jeff, what's interesting is they are open 24 hours a day because of their website and the way it's set up, and the customer feels like they're open, but there's certain times where they can pick it up or it gets delivered to them, which I love. I think it's so helpful for scheduling employees' work cycle, and it's better for psychology wise across the board.
And you don't need a lot that's on a main drag, because you're not looking to get walk-ins and eyeballs.
No. Yeah, we'd reach a time. Pre-COVID, we were open 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then 9 to 5 on a Saturday. But that's a whole other staff.
Yeah.
That might be 2 more people. And
those people are cheap.
Half a front desk person. That's another half a BD person. That's another, we have one BD person that takes in all of the apps and schedules. I mean, she's amazing. She works from home 100%. She schedules everybody's tasks, everything that everybody needs to do. Sales comes in and they just work their tasks. And it's just wow.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I really want to know how you can do that, because you're obviously remote. Your husband's remote. Mostly your whole sales operation is remote. So what tools are you specifically using to make that work? Because I don't even comprehend when I'm out of the office, there's zero communication. Like I'm out of the office. There's some occasional emails, but for me to be working remotely, quote unquote, and try to do that as a real job and move things forward, how do you guys accomplish that?
Well, our sales location they're not remote. Just the BD though. She's remote. Woman, she's not. But the sales location is in Ashland, and there's 4 salespeople there and a sales and a 5 times. But we use Magiloop. We use Slack very heavily. We have tons of channels. And then they all work through Magiloop, and we looked at secure close. We might roll into that once we roll into the new DMS for AMS, because we're AMS now, and they're rolling into something new. So once everybody has all their new stuff, we're probably going to move that. But we're using DocuSign right now. So we build the packets for everyone and send it to them.
And so
signatures on this.
And you're working to a couple different locations. So, you can't walk out back to Recon and check on things. So there has to be amazing communication between all of your site managers or managers. Can you kind of walk us through? Because I think a lot of times as buy here, pay here dealers, we're not as sophisticated when it comes to building layers. How have y'all done that successfully? And how do you communicate successfully through meetings, through whatever?
Yep. So Tara is our collections manager. Tara Carl. She's been with us for 10 years. She's phenomenal. And she has her collectors that she fully manages. We talk a lot. We Slack a lot. So I trust her enough to she can make a decision probably in collections better than I can. She lives and breathes it every day. And we get a ton of reports that would show if something's off or wrong, or something. And then we have Zach, Zach, Bill's son, Zach, who he runs Recon, and he has a full staff there, and then he has about 15 mechanics. And then Dylan is our sales manager, who is actually Phil's son-in-law. So it's a whole family
What happens when someone has to go on a family vacation?
Yeah. So, we have Dylan who's running the sales location, and I talk to Dylan 3 or 4 times a day. So as long as the communication's up, and again, sales are there, and I'm asking a million questions a day too. I'm like, why isn't this? Why isn't this? Why are these tickets open? Why? And I'm sure I drive them crazy, but I've been being job asking these questions. This is still work at the end of the day. You would do jobs. And if anybody wasn't doing their job, they.
Do you have certain days, Melissa, where you go to each location, or do you trust the folks there enough that you don't have to do that?
Yeah, I go to Ashland sometimes, but they're just in a cold, which really, I don't really have a lot to add. As far as when I go up there, I could just call them, or I could just, message them, or so, and they feel so comfortable with me because they've known me for like years of my life. All of our salespeople have been here almost all of them for 10 years. Wow. So me going up there, what am I going to do?
Yeah, I mean, so do y'all have set meetings in the morning where you go, okay, all managers will meet this time, this day, or is that not as?
No, we have a monthly meeting, and then we have a full manager Slack channel where we run everything through. I just sent a couple things this morning, sent them a couple of my favorite loans that paid off and how we did, and things like that. So we're always communicating. We're just always. It's on. I think we can communicate more this way than I think we would if everybody was in the office under one roof. I think there would be a lot of chatter and less.
Yeah, a lot of water cooler talk.
A lot, yeah. Because we've done it. We did that for the first 10 years. That everybody, we only had 2 locations, but when everybody's under the same roof, let's go to coffee. What do we want for lunch? We start talking about lunch 10 o'clock in the morning. It's like, no. We're not talking about lunch 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's get to work.
Yeah. That is so crazy. So have you tried other communications? Because I've run into that issue at the car lot is like, how do we communicate? There's so many avenues. Like, am I using Google Chats? Am I using Slack? Am I using GroupMe? Am I just doing text message groups? Like, have you tried other ones and found that Slack is the best for this kind of like constant inter-office communication? Because even us, like, we've got Post-it notes, we've got a text channel, we've got like there's just too many avenues of communication that either we're not checking or we're not getting to. Like, do you feel like that's the best one?
For sure. We don't email each other at all.
Oh, wow. Really?
Not at all. Never. Unless it's an outside company, that we need to share that.
Yeah.
But most of the times I'll just pull the attachment and put it in Slack because then I know it's there. I don't have to go rooting through my emails. All attachments and all conversations and everything. I mean, literally everything. We have everything in Slack right now.
Well,
and we have a lot.
Sorry. You said earlier that which I thought was nuts. Like, if there was something you thought not nuts, but just so smart, that before you kind of ask people, you go and search Slack to make sure it hadn't been talked about before.
Yes, especially stock numbers. Hey, I thought that vehicle went to auction. Why didn't it sell yet? And I just click on this instead of saying, "Where's the car?" Or ruin everybody, email to everybody else. I just search it and say, "Oh wait, I asked for that. Like, it just happened. Like, I asked what about that vehicle 2 weeks ago, and I didn't get a response." So then I can usually say, "Hey, I asked about this 2 weeks ago, and they replied to me. Where is it? Oh, Or it's like, "Oh no, it did sell at auction. We just didn't get the check yet. I'm waiting for the check to be applied." But it just teaches people that they can do their own thing. Just look it up. It's all in Slack. Everything is in Slack.
Man, that's it. It would be hard to train. It seems like it'd be hard to train people to get there. How long have y'all been using Slack, and how long did it take you to get everybody kind of on board? Because I think that a lot of times, Jeff, and you probably agree with this, a lot of times we start using something and then we abandon it too quickly before we get very used to it.
I mean, we just started using it. That's what you're using from now forward. This is how you communicate and write what you will. You don't need to if you need to call, you can call through Slack. It's called a huddle. So you could just do it through there. But that's pretty much, we just run everything, everything through there. Yeah.
That's so interesting. Now,
Works.
what about like What about cameras? Are you able to log in remotely to any kind of cameras if you're trying to like see what's going on at the lot? Is that part of your management style, or is that not?
No, I don't want to be Big Brother. You know, no, I really don't. Again, if the numbers would tell me. I truly, honestly believe that. If I see that we're not closing on a Friday at 93.5% delinquency, what the hell's going on? You know, if we're not selling 4 to 5 cars a day, what's going on? And I ask those questions. Don't think I don't ask it. You know, oh, wait, it's a slow week. What's going on? Do we need to increase Facebook? Do we need to increase Google advertising? What do we need to do? You know, what our this is our closing rate. I check my closing rate every single day and track it. And I'm such a data person that I use a lot of pivot tables. I don't need to use pivot tables, but in Excel, but I pivot table everything. So we have one spreadsheet that I get at the end of every month, but I have about 100 pivot tables that I do trims for. Because I need to know the trends, and but it's really cool because when you screenshot it at the end of the year and you say, here's 12 years worth of data.
Wow.
You know, our average, age of customer was 45 when we started, and now it's 35. Is it because more people on social media, younger people on social media? So it's just great. We're very data driven, and if there's a hiccup and it just jumps out. If refund's up $200, what happened? If warranty cost is up $10,000, I need to detail what happened.
Hey guys, real quick to interrupt the episode and make sure you know about a great sponsor and supporter of the podcast, Blitz.
Blitz. I love it, Jeff. That is kind of like goes from the Facebook to just Facebook.
You're going to reuse that joke, aren't you?
It was funny.
Y'all will get that reference in a future episode. But Blitz has changed their name a little bit because they're launching more products. You know, they're not just a payment platform, not just a processor, but they're also a collections platform, an analytics platform, and who knows what else Robin and the team are going to get into. But they've got the technology, they've got the know-how to help dealers in a lot of aspects of their business.
Yeah, data's hard to process from just everyday dealers. But Blitz is going to harness that, and they're going to harness AI, and they're going to combine that with payment platforms and payment processing, which is amazing. So if you need a payment processor, you need a friend in the industry or a partner, Blitz is the only company I would recommend. And are you the one putting the data into the spreadsheet, or do you have managers that are responsible for doing that?
Most of it comes from the DMS. But they do have, they have to give you the end of month numbers. They definitely do have to give them all of that, for sure. And then your numbers, Zach does recon numbers. The sales numbers come every day. But that's like my main focus is like the accounting and the data and things like that. But then we don't have, I do the HR and benefits for you and the workers' comp and all that side of it too. So yeah, it's a lot. Well, I mean, it just sounds like you're truly working off of what the numbers are telling you, and you're not going with your gut. And maybe that's a portion of being disconnected, not being on site allows you to be data driven and not gut driven. Emotional. That so many of us are emotional because we see what's going on. We're like, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I don't expect 40 hours I don't expect 40 hours of productivity out of a 40 hour. Like, it's not going to happen. That's crazy. So, yeah, but I truly honestly believe, and I work with other companies, that I just really want to treat adults like adults. And I do think, or if I have one of their granddaughter is graduating preschool at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, go. Yeah. Go. I'll see you in 45 minutes. I'll see you an hour and come back. Because I just don't think that they should miss it. Like, for what? And I think that really keeps the retention of our employees so much. And that's why everybody's here for so long. Nobody agrees. It's not that we're paying everybody $500 an hour. That's not why they're staying. They're staying because they just have a little bit of freedom and they get treated like adults. And that's just what a lot of people want. They're like, I'm an adult and I just want to be treated and respected and feel like I'm part of a team and making decisions. And they are for sure.
Yeah, and so much of that comes when you manage it by the numbers and not by the feeling. Like we talked about before, like I'm here in my dealership and I'm listening to these guys or I'm seeing them chit chat and then I get after them like I got to babysit them. And it's like, no, if I just took a step back and looked at the numbers, did he get his calls done? Did he get his applications? How many has he delivered? And dealers, we don't look at those data points or get them regularly. Well, how's your month going? Well, I don't know. I'll know at the end of the month when I pull my numbers and put them together. Like, well, are you tracking? Like, and what did you miss? Well, I don't know. We just didn't get the sales. Well, did you get the applications? Did you get the approvals? Like, what did you miss along the way? Like you were talking about, if you're having a bad week, you're going to go turn up Facebook for 3 days, 5 days, whatever it is, to bump that up to make sure you meet your goal by Saturday. That is so interesting because you're looking at the data and you're seeing the dashboards and little knobs you can turn every day to kind of tweak here and tweak there. Is that?
That makes so much sense because I never would look at my advertising in that type of lens, Melissa. Like I would wait till the end of the month to go, well, I guess we need to increase advertising the following month when you can do it right now.
Immediately. Everything is in real time. You're just going to miss it. You might miss 10 sales if you don't wait until the end of the month. Yeah. And then at that point, it's over. So what's the point of even looking at it? We have to look at it every day. Honestly, every day. We have a daily report that we do every single day. And then it carries over for the month. And then it carries over for the year. And it's for 10 years.
Man, that's
how many's on the web. It's how many we have in inventory. It's the ACV. It's the recon. It's everything. It's what the charge-off is, payoffs, charge-offs, every single day. It's how much I have left on my borrowing bits. Let's be honest. I need to know that every single day. What do I have availability? How many cars am I going to buy this week? These are all the same questions everybody's getting asked. And it takes us 12 years, but you still need to have enough cash to buy cars. Like this week, I was like, we have 150, whatever recon. We can buy like this week. We're fine. Okay, sounds good. I don't need to buy another 15 cars this week. We're okay. Well, things that needs to be looked at all the time.
No, I think you're exactly right. And so many of us don't. We wait to the end of the month to figure out why we had a bad month instead of trying to do it in the middle of the month. Melissa, we've kept you here for a while anyway, but you are up. You won the Mid-Atlantic or Pennsylvania. Is it Mid-Atlantic? Mid-Atlantic Quality Dealer, which is awesome. And now you're up for NQD. Can you kind of talk about what that means to you and being recognized like that?
Well, I looked back and saw, it's like, why sometimes it's a woman one? So
Darla would have been the last winner.
And I think it's been how many years? A lot. So I was very delighted that 3 of the 11 are women. So that made my heart very happy. But I'm super excited. I mean, I just feel like we put so much into this business. I mean, it's just like my whole heart and soul is ready to do, which I know everyone supports. And everyone sacrifices in life for, this business. But yeah, I'm completely honored. I mean, I've been working with the Mid-Atlantic, with what used to be PIADA for a while with Tanya Brandis and Bert, and excited to be nominated. And yeah, we're heading out to Denver in 2 weeks, and I'm coming off a really big weekend, so maybe we can.
What is y'all's focus on giving back to your area? Is there something that really grabs y'all?
Yeah, we do a lot. We do like a big turkey giveaway. We do a ton of, obviously all kids with baseball, whatever. We just did this golf classic. We did a Make-A-Wish this year. So we got the wish to a kid who sponsored. My husband is a dirt track racer. And so we sponsor the dirt track and Victory Lane and the pace truck and all that stuff. So we're really, really well known in the area just because we're rural and, and everybody knows, not, this isn't like meant to be, everybody knows us. I don't mean it that way, but like, we're just known in the movie and we have a really good reputation. The Red, White, and Blue has a really good reputation. So we're just like not known as that slimy car dealership, We have a,
Yeah.
we have a good reputation, and we stand behind everything. And yeah, I'm honored, completely honored, and super excited about. And I don't really know any of the other nominees, so I'm excited to meet some of them.
Well, good luck, Jeff. One of these days, Jeff, you're gonna get maybe try to get NQD. Maybe.
No. That sounds like a lot of work. I don't like, anyways, but I will be there, obviously, as the Utah State president. I'm excited to be out at National in 2 weeks and see this whole process. As a state nominee, you are then qualified for the next year to be national nominee, and you don't know the what do they call that? The class, the ballot. And so that's really hard because, this doesn't come around twice.
Right.
To get a state quality dealer is once in a lifetime. So to go up so you have one shot. And if you happen to go up against like some really strong candidates that have got a lifelong of this, that, or the other, that's fun and scary all at the same time, but super cool.
But I think it's more based on like, right? Isn't it more based on like your community service and things like that? Like my daughter has a nonprofit, so like you work a lot with her nonprofit and things like that. So I mean, I definitely feel like I should be in that group. And I'm excited. Like I'm excited to even just be nominated, to be honest with you. I mean,
I felt the same way. It humbled you very quickly, and good luck. We're gonna have a few of these folks on, and I wish them all the luck. But
yeah, that's
Awesome. Melissa, thank you so much for being here. And we so generous with your time. I know, like you said, you're at work, you're in the office. This looks like you're on vacation, but you're not. Luke's the one that's going to go sit by the beach. And you probably have all sorts of Slack conversations that have built up. So we really do appreciate it. And anyone that listens to this episode, it's going to air before NIADA in a couple weeks. Talk to Melissa, because I still have 50 more questions I want to ask you about how you're doing this. And it's honestly one of those episodes where I took notes. I've been doing stuff like I'm going to change things because I just love that model. And I love what you guys are doing. And it all builds on itself. Like to remote deliver, you got to have reputation, and you guys have reputation so you can do this types of business model. So super cool. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, call me anytime if you need. I don't want to say if you don't need help, obviously, but if you need help or any questions or how we do the flow or anything like that, or what reports I do and what I'm reporting on. Not saying that I'm doing everything perfect. I'm for sure not, but we're at least able to make very educated decisions based on the information that we have. And that's pretty much as I can ask for.
Well, thank you, Melissa. And I know everybody out there will learn a lot here. And go say hey next time you see Melissa.
Wow.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys.